Oh, what's going on, all you stinking beautiful human beings? Welcome back to another Fragrance Family live tonight. I decided I was gonna put a video out today. Um, and since nobody's watching, I guess I can go ahead and say this. Actually, I'd say it anyways, but I was gonna do my like top 10 clones, and I was like, you know what? Let's do this live. Let's get the Fragtastic Mr. Fox on here. Let's talk about
Hell,
clone fragrances. You know,
hell yeah.
let's talk about the controversy, the negativity that comes with wearing clone fragrances.
Does come with some stuff. Some people are really passionate about not liking them.
Yeah, yeah. For me here, I like to call myself the fragrance reviewer for the people because I don't like to get stuck in the stigmata. Like I don't want to be known as the niche guy, the designer guy. I want to be known as the fragrance guy. That's what
Same.
it should be. We're the fragrance community, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't want to be I like it all. I'm
Yeah, me too. Me too. Good to see you. We got Joe in the house. On average Joe.
What
Oh
up,
man, I can't
Joe?
wait. I'll be hanging out with Joe here in like a little over a month. I'm super excited. Pete, good to see you. Long time no see, hear from. I guess. How's everybody's? What is today? Wednesday.
Today's
How's
Wednesday,
everybody's?
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
everybody having a
Uh,
good Wednesday. Does everybody know Chris Fox? And it looks like the only two people we got right now. We got Pete and Joe. Oh no, we got a few more people in here. So if you guys didn't know, this is the Fox Accord. Chris Fox, who I mean I'm gonna say it. He dumb acidly. That's not even a word, but it should be.
should
Now
be.
we should market a word
We
right
made
now.
that word up dumb
Eh,
acidly.
Dumb acidly locked himself out of his other YouTube account. So he had like over 800 subscribers, can't get into his account. And me being who I am, and because I love each and every one of you guys, what up, Kyler? You should stick around. Be great to have you. But he is popping in to say hi. Kyler, good to see you. Scott Aromatico in the house as well.
What up,
But
Scott?
yeah, and Sammy Andros in the house as well. Because actually,
Nice.
Sammy's gonna have a fragrance coming up here very shortly.
I
That's
have
my
a
scent of the
Sammy
day.
fragrance as well.
But yeah, man. So Chris had to start over. So now he is the Fragtastic Mr. Fox, which is already linked in the description. Took care
Nice.
of that ahead of time. His
Appreciate it.
Instagram, I didn't put down there, but I will after this.
That's where I post most of my nudes anyway. If you
His
really,
nudes, oh yeah, his nudes. Very foxy. Very,
yeah.
very foxy. Anyways, man. All right, so let's talk about some clones. I want to know from whether or not you're watching this in the future, if you're watching this now. Let me know. What are your thoughts on clones? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. From how I look at it, fragrance is fragrance to me. I don't like to divide myself into like all the different worlds of fragrance, and I don't want to segregate myself. I like to just enjoy fragrance.
Agreed.
So clones for me, yes, they are what they are. I don't tend to wear clones very often. Just gonna put that out there. I don't. But I went through and I found out and figured out all the clones that I have. I've got my 10 favorites.
Indeed.
10.
I have 10. Some are kind of inspired by.
It doesn't matter. They're all
Yeah. And
inspired
then you
by
could
it.
tell. I mean, they're pretty much, maybe not one to one, but they're close enough to be a clone.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. All right, you know what? You start, and you know, I'll follow suit.
Alrighty, clone number one. And it's probably one of the cheapest. And I think you and I was speaking about this briefly. Is from Alhambra, and it's called Hercules.
Hercules.
And it's I think I spent between 15 to 25 bucks. I think I spent 20, and it's a clone of Herod by Parfums de Marly. And this kind of freaks me out because it's 20 bucks and it's pretty much, in my opinion, like 1-to-1 with it.
Oh wow!
Like I had Herod on one arm and this on the other, and it's for a brief, maybe a couple of minutes. They're a little different, and then you can't tell the damn difference.
Right.
And this performs better.
Well, you know, it is said that the dry down is the most important part, and it truly is. Like, I know we as fragrance reviewers, we really, and I think a lot of the times, and guys, I want to apologize if my internet is like a little choppy during this. I was supposed to have faster internet coming today, and that's why I didn't post the video. They never freaking showed up.
Bastards.
Yeah. So we were supposed to do this at 2 p.m. Okay. Just so everybody knows. But I was like, oh, I've got the internet guys coming over. They never showed up. I knew they wouldn't. But anyways, but I don't even know where I was going with this. But what were you talking about?
Got a case of the hump days.
I got a bad dude. It's this COVID shot. It's this COVID shot, dude. Ever since I got my COVID shot today, everybody, or yesterday. I'm sorry, yesterday. I got the bad case of the COVIDs.
The COVID shots.
It's got me feeling all sorts of weird, dude. Anyways,
so
keep going with your fragrance. Sorry.
So basically, this is me. Like, I've never been opposed to clones. I wasn't really that into them in the beginning of my collecting or journey, but I have found along the way that there are times, like in this case, I am not personally the biggest fan of Herod. It makes me a little nauseous for about 45 minutes until it kind of settles.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's just even Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, there's something.
Oh, don't break my heart.
Throws me off. But it's like, because of that, I don't want to go and spend $200+. So when I find something that's that close and it's $20, I'm like, I could deal with this for a little bit. I'll be nauseous for $20.
Pete, thank you for reminding me what I was talking about. It's all about the dry down. It's all about the dry down. We talk so much about the opening and like the heart coming in, but it's all about the dry down. The dry down is actually the most important part. Thanks, Pete.
Thanks for listening, Pete.
Yeah, I appreciate you. What would I do without you?
He's so happy in his photo.
I know. Look at him. He's just like
so excited.
I wish you guys could see my cursor like just floating around Pete's face right here. He just looks so happy. Fat tan, or as I like to call it, Fat Tan, is a fantastic freaking vetiver fragrance. It's a lot like Terre d'Hermes. But all right, so that was your first one. I'm gonna go with. Okay, I'm gonna go get this one out of the way. I'm gonna do a Dua first.
Oh, I have a Dua.
And I'm gonna do it totally makes sense. I'm gonna do Midnight with a Mobster.
Nice.
So this is Dua's take on the original formulation of Enigma. Or Creation A, or Creation E, the original formulation for the Pour Homme. And I don't really know if this is like 100% there, but man, I freaking love this. So I still have my decant of Creation E, the Parfum Cologne, and this knocks it out of the water, dude.
Really?
It's a little rough up top, but I don't know if the original is like that, so I can't really say. But this has got that kind of Coca-Cola vibe. If anything, this kind of smells like Enigma with oud.
Oh, really?
Because they did that the oud version of Enigma, and this definitely has, whether or not synthetic or not, this definitely has some sort of oud in it. But kind of that Coca-Cola effervescent vibe. Get like some tonka, a little bit of like a leathery nuance in it, but this is fantastic. I love for me, I don't wear clones very often, and I've got a little bit of a dent in here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, It's a really good fragrance. I don't even know if Dua still makes this, actually.
They have so many, it's hard to keep up with Dua.
Yeah, they have a huge repertoire.
Yeah, I mean,
Repertoire.
I've talked about it a bunch. Like I had a series of, well, not even like 5, 6 fragrances in a row I bought, and they just were. It had too much of the Dua funk, as they say.
Yeah, I think I get that up top, so that's might be what I'm getting. But I mean, I think the one thing, like, okay, that just might be their staple. Like, you're gonna get the Dua funk, baby.
Yeah. Man, I wish you guys could see this weather. We're supposed to get like,
Oh, dude, it's picking up here. I've got my window open. Hopefully, you guys can hear it. It's
oh
getting
man, it's like
crazy out.
tornado situation looking out there. It's scary. So if I go black, pray for me.
Well, I'll pray for you. I'll come pick your ass up in the middle of nowhere. Start
Oh,
driving. I'll find you.
yeah. Jeez. I'm thinking if I should do a Dua.
Yeah, okay. So the Dua has more of the Coca-Cola vibe, which RXL 209, my fried chicken guy, he says Enigma smells more like root beer. And I get that. I get a little bit of the root
I can take
beeriness
that.
in the Midnight with a Mobster, but not as much as Enigma Cologne. Well, actually, Enigma Cologne, like the parfum Cologne, I don't think is the best representation to like kind of do the comparison.
Let me see here.
Well, you know what, guys? Everybody who's about to go through all this like storm shit, I'm really glad that you're here with us. We'll all get taken away together. Thank you.
Indeed. Yeah.
All right, Chris, what you got next?
Let's see. I'll go to my Dua next. Let's see after this one. This one I had a decant of the original. It's unfortunately discontinued and super expensive, but Sensual Obsessions, the Andy Warhol Bond Number 9, is one of my favorite clones of that fragrance.
All right. Well, I'm glad that I did not bring mine out because I was in mine as well, but I had a feeling you were going to do yours. So,
oh, I love this one.
it's the closest to the original I've ever smelled.
Yeah, I mean, I have maybe 1.5 mil left of the original in a decant, which I use on special occasions. But then again, this is so close. It has to be like 95 with a little differences here and there, in my
Oh,
opinion.
I'd say higher than 95. Honestly,
I'm
I
being
had I had 4 10 ml 10 ml decants of it, and I blew through it. I love that freaking scent profile, and this is so close, dude.
oh, it's so close. It's just, I mean, it's what, 30, $40? I mean,
Yeah,
Kevin's not charging much at all.
no.
It's insane how good
But
this.
here's the thing with the Bond number 9, that's a synthetic fragrance. I mean, it's not a natural fragrance.
No.
Like, I think this is actually a better buy because it's being able to manipulate that, like the way that it's built so easily kind of tells me, I was like, it's actually, this is the better buy, getting Sensual Obsessions than trying to go out there and get a, Andy Warhol original bottle for $400-$500.
No, I mean, it's basically, it's a cool looking bottle. You got Andy Warhol's face on it, but to me, I mean, the prices when things go discontinued, like I looked up, there's a Kiehl's fragrance called Forest Rain. It was out for a short while. I saw a bottle going for like $350. It's a $30 fragrance, $40 fragrance.
Yeah,
like that's
it's
insane.
not worth it, dude.
For Kiehl's, no.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with my scent of the day.
What do we got
for my next one, and this is I don't know if Sammy's still on here, but it's a Sammy Andros, and this is Colonel, and this is a Chanel Coromandel dupe,
really?
And it's really good, not 100%, which I kind of like. So it's a little bit more inspired by. I actually kind of like what the patchouli does in this because it's a little bit dankier, it's got a little bit more of that stank, that dank on it than Coromandel does. Because Coromandel is a definitely. Oh, Sammy is here. Well, Sammy, Colonel is fantastic. This is actually, so I'm not picking up Coromandel because of this. Like, I think Coromandel is a fantastic fragrance. Don't get me wrong. I love the white chocolate in it. It's got a little bit of like a bittersweet orange up top. Patchouli, like a lot of patchouli. And what Sammy did with this is he went heavier on the patchouli than in Coromandel, and I like that. So you get a little bit more of like the incense, the depth to it. It actually lasts a little bit longer than Coromandel, which I still only have a decant of Coromandel, but I put 2 and 2 together. I would say this is like 85%, but leans further into the dry down, more into that 90 plus percent.
Wow.
I think this is fantastic. Honestly,
I love Sammy's stuff. I have one of his bottles here too.
Yeah, you get a little bit more with this. But I'm not taking away from Chanel, obviously. Coromandel is, that's a fantastic fragrance. And I still plan on picking that up one day, actually, very soon. I think it's an awesome fragrance, but that bad boy is. As soon as I sprayed it, I was like, oh, I know what fragrance this is. Like, it's instantly, I knew what it was. And so that's what I know. It's a good, like, inspired by or clone dupe or whatever. Is like, as soon as I spray it, I know what it is. I'm like, oh, I know what that is.
They just think he gives his own kind of twist or amps up the notes he likes, or the perfumer likes.
Yeah. So let me throw this up here real quick. I'm sorry. We got Omega. Clones are great for discontinued fragrances. Yeah, absolutely right. I've got a few in here that, will probably help you guys along your way, along your journey. And I hope, a lot of people who are joining in on this get that from this, because, there's tons of fragrances, especially discontinued fragrances. Like, you can get the clones and not feel bad about it, because why pay $400, $500, $600 on a fragrance that you can't actually get anymore, and you're going to get a fragrance that smells a lot like it, if not, pretty damn near close, for a quarter of the money.
Yeah,
which Dua version are you talking about, Mr. KFC? Sammy, always a pleasure, my friend. The Supernova smell very similar to Elysium, but lasts much longer. Yeah. Actually, the next fragrance is not a Sammy fragrance, but is an Elysium clone. But what do you have next, Mayor Chris?
I was going to do an Elysium style as well, so maybe we do our Elysiums back to back.
Okay, do it.
Yeah, and it was a Sammy as well, Sammy Andros, and it's Blue Sapphire.
Yeah, heard great things.
Oh, to me, it's first off longer lasting, because that's been an issue with Elysium, is it doesn't perform super well. It smells awesome, but this has more of that brighter gin and tonic-y. It's just got it's more up front. It's a little stronger. It lasts longer, and price-wise, it's like you can't beat it. I have Elysium, and I still reach for Sammy's a lot more because it's got a little bit more oomph.
Yeah, I have so I don't have Elysium Parfum Cologne. I have the Pour Homme Parfum, and I get really good. I get good long. When I say good longevity, that's between 6-7 hours. Right, that's good longevity. And I actually, and I'll throw it up here. So this is my next one is Alexandria fragrances, and this is Zion.
Oh, I love Zion.
Yeah, this is a great one too. And this is the Elysium Parfum Cologne take. So this isn't as rich. The benzoin is a little bit lighter. And I'm not actually 100% sure whether or not they're using actual, benzoin. I don't know if they're making an amber accord, what they're doing in this, but the fragrance profile is very much the Parfum Cologne, but lasts longer than the Parfum Cologne of Raja.
But still, what's
44 bucks for
44 30? And Sammy's what, around 30, 40 as well?
Yeah, I mean both of those are great.
For Elysium, like in the prices raised a bit. It's what, the 315 for the Cologne version, and that's to me. It's I'd be very hesitant to spend 315 right now on Elysium.
Yeah. I would say, like, if you don't have the money, it's okay to say, hey man, like Zion, Sammy, Blue Sapphire. It's gonna get you going where you need to go. I will always say get the original. I'll always say that.
Yeah.
But if you can't afford it, I'm never gonna say you can't afford it, then why are you doing this? No, I mean, come on, man. Like, it's fragrance. That's what we're talking fragrance here, man. Go, enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy how you smell. Do what works best in your budget. Who cares?
Yeah, like you said, it's a good starter spot. Like, if you can't afford it and you want to know what like Elysium smells like, if you finish one of these bottles, you could graduate to Elysium.
Yeah, that's like your bonus. Like, I will always say, like, Elysium Parfum Cologne Parfum Pour Homme. I mean, that's a great fragrance. I'm very happy that I added that to my my collection. It's a great fragrance. But I'm also very happy that I added Zion to my collection. It's a really good fragrance. I just don't tend to wear this one very often. I don't tend to wear my clones very often. But I do have a lot of great ones.
Yeah, I have.
Whose turn is it? It's your turn.
Is it my turn? Oh, you did Zion. Okay, so this one I recently spoke about. So am I on 4? It's on my first video I posted on the new channel. But it's Royal Blanc by Glorious Oud, and it's Initio Musk Therapies clone.
So Latafa Oud for Glory.
No, it's Glorious Oud. The brand is Glorious Oud.
Yeah.
And it's not a Latafa though.
It's Latafa.
Is it the same? Is it the same line?
Here.
Because
so look, this is Oud for Glory. It's the same bottle, same top.
I'm gonna have to look it up because I think it's just
here. Let me see the top. Let me see the top of your cap.
It looks like
this. Oh yeah, then
it's a rival brand. It's Glorious Oud.
Oh my god, how many of these?
But man, it's like another thing with clones. Like, I had a 10 ml of Initio Musk Therapy, and it smells great. It is a good smelling fragrance. But my issue with it is performance. It's a very soft smelling scent, and for $300, I'm the same way with Rehab. I'm not gonna, unless you really want a fancy bottle. But for me, when I found this is spot on. I have side by side them. I've even have another clone of Initio Musk Therapy by Dapper, which I like some stuff from Dapper, but the quality is just not there. But this, man, for $60, $50-$60 is amazing. You would never know it's not Initio Musk Therapy.
Dude, it's like 8 o'clock right now, and there's somebody outside mowing their yard.
What?
Really? Yeah. Sorry. Just had to
probably
point that
fighting
out.
with wifey.
Yeah, if you guys hear anything, what up, Blake? What's the best Rehab clone? Well, there's not a great Rehab clone, but a better fragrance than Rehab. Man, I don't know. I mean, it's Spice Bomb. Isn't Rehab like going for Spice Bomb?
They're in that same vein.
Go with Spice Bomb.
Yeah, I mean, for price. I mean, Rehab doesn't perform very well. It smells great.
And yeah, and if anybody wants a like, what is the other one that side effect? Get Algabra, Eye of Seven Hills. It's a better fragrance, longer lasting.
And then there's something called After Effect that is amazing. It's maybe a little spicier than the original Initios, but dry down and sillage, you can't smell the difference.
I actually have a really good Must Therapy clone from Dua called Dua Therapy. They really thought outside the box for that one.
Yeah, they really would think.
Yeah, Dua Therapy, and it's actually pretty spot on to Must Therapy. The opening's a little, it just seems with a lot of these brands they can't get the opening right, but it is what it is. So
I'll send you some of this. This is it's so good for what it is. I'm very impressed.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Sensual Obsessions this time. Let me see if I can grab it. Here we go. All right. And I'm gonna go with this is Total Domination from Sensual Obsessions, and this is Oligarch. I think this is Oligarch Eau de Parfum clone, but I'll tell you what, man, I have the Parfum, and this is very close from like top to. I wouldn't say it actually kind of like gets a little further away in the dry down, but it's still a really good fragrance. But it's a lot longer lasting than the Oligarch Parfum. I think this is a really, really good fragrance. Coconut, you don't really get a whole lot of like that coconut vibe. Like, I've heard quite a few reviewers talking about Oligarch. Like, there's this like rich coconut in it. I don't get any of that. In fact, I let my friend Autumn smell it the other night. She goes, "I don't smell coconut." I was like, "Think earthy. Think like the shell of the coconut." She goes, "Okay, I can smell that." I was like, "All right." But yeah, it's more like an earthy kind of like that. I don't know, like watery vibe from a coconut. But this is a really good fragrance. 30 bucks.
$30. It's crazy what he's charging. So
yeah,
cheap.
I mean, it's really good. It is. I don't wear this that often, but I did. I got a little bit of dent taken out of that.
Oh, nice.
It's not bad. But and you don't need much. And I'm not saying this is like beast mode and performance. I'm saying like probably between 6 to 8 hours. Yeah.
That's good performance. I mean,
that's good.
For a clone that's $30, I mean, that's good performance.
Yeah. What you got next?
I'll do a Dua, and if Mr. KFC's in it, I've spoken about it a few times. My first yes winner in its leadies, which is Sedley, Parfums de Marly Sedley's clone. And I find it to be about 90%. It has a slight kind of, it's the little of the Dua funk in the open. I can smell it from the cap. It's like almost like a burnt rubber, but that goes away after a few minutes on my skin.
Okay.
But I get a blast of like almost like burnt hair, which is really gross.
Dude, I get that from a lot of Duas.
Yeah, it's like the liquid burnt hair. That's a note.
It smells like VO5 burnt. You know, like that VO5 hairspray?
Yeah. Aquanet or VO5.
Oh, yeah. Aquanet. Big time,
like you
dude.
walk into like, a salon and it's, that type of hair kind of smell. But then it settles down and it's one of the better clones I have smelled of Sedley. It's very nice. And if you, don't want to shell out a full bottle right away of Sedley, but still, Dua is like what, in the 50s?
Dua is still kind of expensive, dude. When it comes
to they're not that cheap.
No, I mean,
price per mil.
Yeah, it's kind of like I had to say it this way, but it's like a quick alternative. Like,
Yeah,
I want to get this expensive fragrance. I could wait a couple weeks, or I could do it now.
that's true.
I hate to put it that way. I mean, I'm not,
See,
trying to discourage people from getting Dua, because Dua does make some great fragrances, and they're always putting on freaking sales. But again, no, getting the original is always like, for me, like the game plan. I'm like, okay, well, I can get this now, and I get the original later, or vice
yeah,
versa.
there's something about the excitement of holding the real bottle for me as well. It's like you don't get
Yeah,
that clones.
yeah, no, you don't. And so this next one I've seen Boogie Daddy and Bradley talking about it in the comments. So I'm putting up here. But it was on my list. A Darige from Rosassi. Valentino V. And this is extremely, extremely close. Fresh, spicy, woody. Unlike what men's colognes were at the time that this came out. This is a awesome freaking fragrance. And this pops up at discounters for like $20. This is 100 ml. For 100 ml. Totally.
Didn't you get it for like $25 or something? It was
I got it for 22. I think it's right now at fragrancebuy.ca for like $19.
That's awesome. I might get it.
Let me make sure. Yeah, this is 100 ml. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And this is fresh, spicy. Though I will say, I remember Valentino V being a little bit more masculine.
Yeah,
I guess you could say a little bit more mature. But again, I smelled it back in the early 2000s, because I think Valentino V got discontinued, 2006?
it was a long time ago.
If anybody knows, comment down below. But I think it was 2003, 2006. But I love that fragrance. Still do. And I wish I could get an actual original batch without paying out the ass for it. But
it's so expensive if you find it.
Yeah. But yeah, Darige is awesome. Awesome.
$20.
Okay, what's up next for you? Yeah, totally.
Let's see.
Go to Fragrance Buy.
Another amazing one, and I think it's starting to. It was a little harder to get in the States, but I'm seeing it pop up on like Fragrance Buy and a few others. And when I looked it up, originally it was supposed to be a clone of Pegasus by Parfums de Marly, but it is one of the closest clones of Leighton. And it's like, I had an older batch of Leighton from like 2015 or 16, and my new batch is not the same. My bottle, I don't even wear it that much. I reach for this thing, and it's called Detour Noir.
I hate that bottle.
It's the ugliest bottle ever.
Oh my God, why does it look like that?
Oh, plastic cap, cheap as shit. Atomizer's
Can you just throw it away?
Yeah, I mean, I want to drain I have an empty Leighton bottle. I should put this stuff in it.
No, you should not do that. No, don't do that.
But I sent this actually to Tyler at Simply Fragrances. He's going to try to give me notes on it. But dude, it's Leighton for $40.
No way.
Dude, I'll send you a sample. I've blown people's minds with this. I reach actually for this. This is the only clone.
Oh, hey.
Besides
Chris.
Sammy. What's that?
We have the dry down lowdown in the house. I just have to
Oh yeah. What up?
How is it? But yes, I had to throw that out there. The curve in the back was an added insult.
Oh yeah, this is one of the most. That's
bottles. Who makes that?
It's Al Harriman or Harriman.
Yeah.
And Detour Noir, it's called, but this.
That's terrible.
It's Leighton. It's a horrible bottle.
Here.
But it's about the juice.
That's terrible.
Bro. It's about the juice inside the bottle, not the wicked curve.
Okay.
So good.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, Chris. I
I've
mean,
offended you with a bottle. I didn't
no,
make that.
no, I'm just kidding. I'm sure it smells exactly like Leighton. Like Leighton doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, it's just it smells like an older batch of Leighton to me. So good.
Okay. All right. So what am I going with next? Now, see. You know what? I know what I'm going with. Hang on.
Oof.
All right. So
Oh, it's your mic.
so what?
I just saw you pull your mic into frame, but
I was getting all intense. No, I'm going with my next one's gonna be Oakcha Sinful. And so this is Tom Ford Lost Cherry, but it's better. And I'm gonna throw that to the fragrance community. Oakcha Sinful is better than Lost Cherry. I find that a lot of the clones to Lost Cherry are typically better than the original. This one lasts for frickin' ever. You get like creamy almond, you get cherry liqueur, you get cherry, a little bit like musks, woodiness, but longevity is, I mean, it's there. It's really good, and for like $39 for I think it's a 30 ml. It is a little expensive, but literally like a couple sprays of this versus like 12 sprays of Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Let's just put it that way.
you know,
I mean,
it's when you
and I love
have
Tom Ford.
yeah, and I'm not going to spend 300 plus on Lost Cherry.
Yeah, that's the reason I never got it.
Not going to happen. So for me, I mean, 30 mil at $40 isn't that bad, but it's hard for me to get through a bottle. I mean, like yourself, when you have a lot of fragrances, 30 mils is going to last a lifetime.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
100%. Like, you know, a 30 ml for me will last me for the rest of my life. That's why I don't really care about size anymore. I used to, and then
maybe that's why
your
you're
dog.
single.
Because I don't care about size.
Just kidding.
That's probably true. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for
kidding.
bringing my love life into this.
I'm single as well. My wife left me, so she, you know, it is what it is.
No, I like being single.
So
I get to wear more fragrances.
Indeed.
Kidding, I don't like being single. For all you single ladies out there, I'm just kidding. I'm not going through all that. All right, so what you got next, bud?
What do we got? I did all those. I'll go into those last. I'll do whatchamacall from Happy Land and Homeland. And it's like Creed's Bows de Portugal.
Okay, you do this. I'm going to go use the restroom. I'm going to go ahead and throw you up on the screen by yourself. Are you all right with that?
I wish I could see comments, so I'm going to be staring like a deer in headlights.
Yeah, have fun.
So I wish I could try to have fun. I could just play with my dog while should do like a Fat Boy fragrance. We should have a music break. Come on. Come on. Say hello to the audience. Easy. Nobody asked you to start with me like that. Easy. Easy.
Yeah. I'm going back in here and get on.
Relax. Relax.
Don't worry, I'm back.
Yeah, I was keeping time. I was like a few more minutes longer than a number one.
No, you're fine.
Plus,
Okay.
I couldn't see comments, so I awkwardly played with my dog and didn't stare at the phone at all.
Somebody said, play us some blues. Yeah, no. I can't play any more music on like cover songs on YouTube because I get copyrighted. Like, I got a copyright strike from my last live. That was awesome. My girlfriend's a frag head, so I get a pass. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
My girlfriend's also a frag head. She's saying hi right now. Hopefully you guys got that. Chris doesn't even know what to say. He's like,
I can't comment, so it's awkward. It's like,
let's see. All right, so what am I gonna go with next? So I'm gonna go with, I know what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with, the same thing, Latafa. I'm gonna go with Oud for Glory. I wore this as my scent of the day yesterday because I thought we were gonna do this yesterday. No. Sure. I was kind of planning this whole live yesterday, actually. So Latafa's Oud for Glory. I mean, this is one of the closest dupes that I've ever smelled to the original. I mean, it's so close, and it's just because the scent profile, it's very easy to kind of dupe, I guess you could say. It's just saffron, a little bit leather, synthetic oud, a little bit of like bergamot that's like flowing through it to kind of like keep things going, but it's just dry, spicy, saffron, oud, woods, very easy to like mimic.
Yeah.
And it's a really, I mean, for $40, $50 compared to what you pay for an Oud for Greatness. I mean, honestly, this is dumb. Like, this is dumb reach.
Yeah.
Like, you see this come up, like, I could honestly say, don't worry about getting Oud for Greatness. Get that. Like, find that. And I know there's going to be people out there like, fragrance is fragrance, guys. It doesn't matter. So, but this is I mean, it's really good. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's so spot on. It's not even funny.
And you could literally buy 2-3 more fragrances.
you could buy 10 fragrances.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Oh, yeah. I mean, but is what it is. I mean, the original is awesome as well. I mean, I still own, Oud for Greatness.
Yeah, I mean, I posted my video on this, and there was a girl that follows on Instagram. Oh. She DM'd like kind of angry, like, "Oh, Initio's so much better. You're paying for this," and I'm like, "Cool, and that's awesome. Like, you're very passionate about Initio. I get it." I said, for me, I'm good with that.
I'm going to add Mr. Dry Down Lowdown on here, if that's all right with you.
Of course. Oh, my way. Give a couple spritzes that way. My dog just ripped one.
Well, I mean, it's about the same thing as, what are you smelling right now? Just kidding. Yeah. Hey, man, it happens. My dog's 13 years old. He's shitting out like farts that are like literally like pharaohs would turn over in their graves. It's ridiculous.
Ooh, little girl.
But yeah, I sent Joe a link, so love to have him on here as well. So I did. So what was it? Is it your turn?
What did you just do? I'm losing track. I'm on my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
for
6.
Glory.
I did 7 so far. Well, Homeland.
Hey, look.
that what it was?
Look, here's Joe.
Joe.
What's up?
What up?
Up, gentlemen.
What's up,
Hello,
man?
hello.
How are you?
I came
like,
in just
I
what?
hate this view. I hate this view.
That's a
I
better
like
view.
this. Yeah, why does it smush us all together? It's like we're like slices of a banana.
Yeah.
But nobody's the good slice. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I did that same thing when Cannoli and On Average Joe came on mine, and I'm like really not well versed with StreamYard, so I left it.
Look at this.
Say,
It's
look
like,
at it.
hey, here. If I look too far this way, I'm gone, and
Yeah.
I'm not that far away. Anyway, sorry. I'm just bitching about StreamYard now. All right, here we go.
Oh, that's better.
I mean, yeah. Okay. So
I
how's everybody
100%
doing?
agree about Lattafa's Oud for Glory. I didn't have a full bottle, but I had a sample. Nobody's gonna know the difference.
No, you know what? One of my number one viewed videos of all time is my battle between Lattafa Oud for Glory and Oud for Greatness.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like there's the people who notice a difference, I think, are really, really, really searching for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like how far do you have to get in the dog's ass before you know it's a dog's ass?
And isn't it like a 30 mil versus a 60 mil too, right? Like, so you're it's not even, so you're like 10 times the price for Initio.
Yeah, so this is 100 and I think this is let me see. I think
is that 100 mil?
It's 100 and it's a weird size.
Yeah.
No, this is 100 ml. So yeah, this is 100 ml and Oud for Greatness is a 90 ml.
That's a 90? I thought it was less than that. Okay. All right.
No, it's a 90 ml. Yeah, they're 10 mLs less.
Yeah, so you're getting more, you're paying a fraction, the 10th of the price. That's insane. And
it really is. You won't know. Like average Joe ain't gonna know.
No one
Nobody's
is.
gonna know.
You could literally lie. What are you wearing? Oud for Greatness.
But it's an easy scent profile to mimic. If that makes sense.
True.
I find that with a couple of theirs, like even Initio Musk Therapy, not a very hard scent profile.
No, it's citrus, musks, a little bit of like a floral, and that's about it. I mean, that's your composition.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes a lot of these brands kind of set themselves up that way, and it kind of makes you wonder, is like, you know, why is it so realistic? Why is it so easy to copy you? Well, it's because your fragrance is easy. There's nothing to it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't smell bad. I'm not saying that, you know, you're putting out a bad fragrance. I'm sure you use natural ingredients and all that, you know, stuff. But I mean, there's other companies that are coming behind you and they're doing the exact same thing, making it last a little longer. But again, you know, for me, you know, I don't care what you wear, as long as you're, you know, if you're comfortable wearing what you're wearing, just, you know, I don't care if you're wearing a Andy Warhol or if you're wearing a freaking, you know, Calvin Klein. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an extensive collection or a decent collection, and I'm wearing a $20 fragrance right now, and I'm loving it. And it's Miami Cuddles actually talked about this, Roger and Goulet Open Black.
Dude, don't say that name in this house. He might be coming up. He might. Oh my God, no, I'm just kidding. Cuddles is
Well, if you say it 3 times, I think.
I know. Don't say it 3 times.
He's like Candyman.
No, stop.
Cuddles.
Stop.
Pop in.
Just kidding. I love that guy, man. But dude, I watched y'all's Joey Cannoli live the other night about Will Smith's slap shit, and I was like, oh my God, I'm either gonna get on this and just say something stupid and make everybody hate me, or I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. And I just shut the fuck up. It's like, whatever. Let's go.
I was being called a
lot.
Yeah, in the chat, I was getting eviscerated. You know, I think somebody, it might have been Duncan. I think he said, "No wonder this guy looks young. He has the mind of a 12-year-old or some shit like that."
Yeah, man. I stayed until like 12:30 in the morning watching that shit. I was like,
Yeah.
why am I so dumbfounded to watch this shit right now? Like,
It's
why am I watching it?
That.
I felt like I was stuck in a video game.
Yeah.
Like I was like, YYXXR37
Trying to punch in cheat codes.
BBB, square, triangle, X. I was just trying to get the hell out of it, man. It was just ridiculous. But I just kept coming back, and I fell asleep watching it. And the next morning, it said show ended on my phone. I'm not kidding.
Oh, wow.
It's like the Barnum and Bailey's of fragrance lives.
Thanks, Joey.
That's what it is for me. He's fun. Joey's fun.
Okay, so Chris, let's see another one of your clones.
I'm down to. They're definitely, I wouldn't say they're clones, but heavily inspired by one of which is a newer one that just came out. A few people have been talking about is Turathi Blue, which is
Tiger.
very similar to Tiger, Bulgari Tiger, but also very similar to another Middle Eastern fragrance I own that's expensive. It's called Amiri by Arabian Oud, which I feel like they were trying to dupe as well. So it's like Amiri and Tyga had a baby.
Tyga.
But very good quality, easy dumb reach fragrance, not synthetic in my opinion. The cap is a piece of shit.
I hate the caps on those Turathi bottles.
Yeah, you got to line up these little friggin' notches to click it in place.
And then that doesn't matter.
No.
It does not matter.
No, don't even do that. It's very dangerous. But
no.
Solid fragrance, and what? It's like $40, $45 on fragrance.
$40. Yeah.
If you can't afford Tyga, it's kind of close to it.
All right, so I got one here, and I know I already did. I'm just lifting my mic so I can get this. All right, so I know I already did Alexandria fragrances. I already done one, but I have to throw this on here because it's one of my favorites from Tom Ford, and I paid for a, probably like a year ago, I paid for a batch that is, I paid $380 for a freaking 50 ml. All right, I'm just putting that out there.
Jesus.
Because it was discontinued, so I bought it. Anyways, but Forbidden Plum. So this is Plum Japonais, and this is a really good Plum Japonais dupe.
Really?
Yeah, it really is. I don't wear this. I mean, like I said, I don't wear clones a lot. Like you can see how much I don't wear this. But it's also, every time I have worn it, you only need 1 or 2 sprays because it is very powerful. And it's, I would say, like 80% Plum Japonais, but regardless of it not being, 100% Plum Japonais, it's a really, 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 really good fragrance.
Jesus.
So you're getting like that plumminess, you're getting that plum liqueur, you're getting that oud from it. You're also getting a nice woodiness, you're getting spices. And it's not, like I said, it's not 100% Plum Japonais, but who cares? $42 for a 30 ml Plum Japonais. I paid $380 for a 50 ml. I mean, let's do the math there. I mean, and this is, it's close enough. Regardless, really good fragrance. Regardless if they were, if they nailed Plum Japonais. Joe, do you have, dupes that you would like to throw into the bunch here?
I do, and I'm coming in thinking of the ladies here. I bought this one for my woman. It's Oakcha Sweet Addict, which is a clone of Killian Love Don't Be Shy. So I bought this first, and she loved it. So then I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to buy her Killian Love Don't Be Shy. So I went and bought that, and having both bottles here was indiscernible. You couldn't tell the difference. So I took back Killian Love Don't Be Shy, and I got her Angel Share instead. But this, pretty damn close. I mean,
dude,
spot on.
every Oakcha that I have is pretty spot on.
Yep.
I mean, subtle differences. Like I have cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not
That's
on me.
That's a personal issue. You shouldn't be bringing that up on the stream.
But not on me. But I
Oh.
have the fragrance called Cocaine, which is their Tom Ford Tuscan leather dupe.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've always said since the beginning of my channel, Tom Ford's Tuscan leather smells like cocaine. I mean, it just does. Straight up. It smells like booger sugar. It smells like Elmer's glue. How many other, like, what else do I have to compare cocaine to? Anyways, that's what it smells like, and that's exactly what, cocaine smells like, which
This
is
is the old joke, I don't like to use cocaine. I just like the way it smells.
We always try to figure out, like, what does this smell like? Well, let's find out, boys and girls. Yeah, I mean, but it,
here.
But it does. It has that very medicinal, like Elmer's glue type of, it's very sharp, very, punch. And that's exactly what Oakcha's version cocaine smells like. It smells just like Tom Ford Tuscan leather. I mean, there's different nuances. Like it's a little bit different, but not that much, man. They're Baccarat Rouge 540 clones, spot on.
They seem to do a really good job. I also bought her Parfum de Marly, Delina or Delina, whatever people want to call it. I think it's Delina.
Raymond, good to see you, brother.
And it's pretty damn close too. I mean, it's
close. I mean, there is, and that's the one thing, man, is like, I know there's a lot of people out in this world, and if you're seeing this in the future, then you should probably listen up. Something inspirational is about to come out. I don't know what it's going to be, but it doesn't matter, man. We live in I don't ever want to be known as like the niche guy or the designer guy or the cheapy guy. Like I don't want to segregate myself. Like I want to be known as, I want to be a for the fucking people.
Yep.
I don't. We're all in this together, man. It's just fragrance. Like it's the fragrance community, not the niche fragrance community, not the designer fragrance community, not the clone fragrance. It's fragrance. That's what we're here to, enjoy. And everybody, can afford different things. And I don't know where that became an issue. Like why people are like, oh, you got a clone. Well, fuck you. Yeah, I got a clone.
and the average person doesn't know the difference between what I smell like and what you smell like with the real thing.
I mean, it's like, you got a Raja. Yeah, I bought a Raja, man. Like, look, dude, and I also got some Raja clones. It's cool. I mean, like, it's okay. Fragrance is fragrance, man. That's it. Like, we're not here solving world peace. We're not here freaking, trying to figure out how to, like, solve the nation's issues. We're just here to smell good.
100%. And one of my first videos that I did was for Kevin Holt, Sensual Obsessions Biting Peach, right? Which was a clone of Bitter Peach. Again, I bought my girlfriend Bitter Peach. And she loves it, but that was $350 for that bottle.
So expensive, dude, and so synthetic. I'm sorry,
and
it's a very synthetic.
And so, I hit up Kevin because she loved to wear it, but she didn't want to go through it, obviously, very quickly at $350. And he said, I think she'll be very happy with mine. So I got Kevin's, and she wore it out, and I caught it in the air. The sillage of that is very, very distinctive. I don't know of anything that even smells similar. And I caught it in the air. We're walking out. We were on a weekend romantic getaway, as you do. Not that you two gentlemen are single now, but when
but I am.
How it works. You know how it works. And so we're out, and I catch it in the air, and I thought it was Tom Ford. Like there was nothing about it that let me think it was some kind of a ripoff. It was right in the pocket, man. So yeah, I mean, why not? Why would you not want to do that?
Yeah, it kind of also makes me feel bad sometimes to even say like, "Hey, don't wear Sauvage." Like, Sauvage is a great fucking fragrance. I don't care how you want to put it. It really is. Like, 10 years from now, we're going to be praising Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel and all these different, just the same way that we're doing with Fahrenheit, 15 years, 20 years later.
Yeah, Sauvage is going to be Detour Noir soon.
Exactly. And honestly, like, I actually learned, I was a little inspired by Ash from Scents. He posted something over, on Facebook saying, he's like, like all these fragrance reviewers, including myself, like we talk about how Dior Sauvage and all these like blue fragrances, like you don't want to smell like them, but like how many times, like even us that are in the fragrance community and been in for a while, have been stuck in a room with 26 other guys that are all smelling, the exact same way. And it's never happened. Like I couldn't tell you the last time I was stuck somewhere and I smelled the exact same fragrance all around me. Like everybody, like we all wear different fragrances. We all do.
You should visit Staten Island or Long Island. Or,
yeah, I mean, well, now I will say Miami still smells like Dior Sauvage.
Yeah, and
always will. Always.
Like all my buddies were wearing Sauvage when I got in the cab, and I'm like,
right.
Really, all four of you? That's all you got on your cabinet? I'm like,
but I also did appreciate Ross dropping, or not Ross, but I'm sorry, Ash dropping that fragrance reviewer video they did the other day about getting free goods and all that. I think that was actually that's pretty spot on. And
I have to ask you a question about that though.
Yeah.
While I understood the sentiment and stuff, right, and I get it, and I think what he's saying, there was a lot of validity to. Did that not just feel? Because for me, I don't get.
I feel like I should have been involved in this.
Yes, it felt like sour grapes. Like I wanted a bottle of Apex. Where's my? You know what I mean?
I'm not going to get too far into it, but yes, I can see where you're coming from. But I can also already tell you guys, like I've had quite a few, of my subscribers respond to me into my comments. Because, I let people know that I always put out my honest 2 cents on whatever, somebody gives me something for free. Whether it's the first video or the second video, it doesn't matter. There's a method to this madness, just so you guys know. Like, I want you guys to watch the next video. So,
right.
I'm putting that out there. I'm being honest with you. But, yeah, and the big thing is I think I've already been blacklisted from lists because I do put my my honest feedback in on it.
Sure.
And the way I look at it is like, if that's the way the brand wants to put it, I look at it this way. I don't need them. They need me.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
And that's the way every single person going into this should look at that. And trust me, it will benefit you in the long run. Like with Ash, and I think Ash has done a really good job with that. He's like, but again, I can't speak for the man. Every fragrance reviewer does things differently.
Yeah,
every person on YouTube.
It just, I think for me, it landed the wrong way because it seemed to be constructed around the idea that he didn't get Apex and everybody else.
Yeah,
did.
I felt that way, but I'm not gonna, Yes, I felt that way. I felt like Ash was trying to bitch a little bit. Yes, 100%.
He was salty. I didn't see it.
He was salty. But I get it. But honestly, that's the thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you as well. I mean, I've had brands out there, and I'm not gonna, speak poorly about certain brands that have not agreed with what I have to say. And it happens, and I'm not as big as Ash, but
right.
That's what you have to do. Like if you're gonna if you want to be in this, you know, and honestly, it comes to each reviewer. Like Chris, you know, Joe, whatever you guys want to do. If you want to make money doing whatever you want to do, then do it. Like, it's your prerogative. Not a single person in this, you know, your subscribers, nobody can comment and change your perspective on that. Do you? And that's what matters.
I agree.
You know,
the thing
and
for
every
me,
reviewer is different. Like what Ash
sure.
put out there was like his perspective. From my perspective, is going to be a little bit different. Like, and that's what makes us individuals.
Well, absolutely. And I had this conversation with Dan Naughton Smelly a while back, and you know, I subscribe to the philosophy, if I don't like something, if somebody sent me something that I don't like, I just don't talk about it, right? And it's maybe not the best way to go about it. And I heard Ash mention that too, that some of these people have said to him, well, if you don't like it, just don't talk about it at all. And that's just my personal philosophy. I'm not making money. I don't have a big channel at all. So we're not even having that conversation. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I don't believe anybody creates anything that they don't want to resonate with somebody, right? So who am I to sit here and shit on what they've tried to make? Because maybe I just don't like it, but other
Yeah.
people would, you know?
Well, and that's one thing I will have to say is Ash did say something about that. It's like, you can't. I live my life a little bit differently. Like the way that Ash said, like, you can't talk positively about a brand while shitting on it on the same time. And you're right. But you can appreciate a good fragrance even though it doesn't match your style.
Yeah.
Like, I can appreciate artists and TV and movies and music, even though I don't like it. I can still enjoy it for what it is and still say, hey, this is going to be more for you than it will be for me.
Absolutely.
And I think being an artist, a musician, a person who understands, like, that's how you inspire change in people, is that you actually do enjoy things that not everybody else enjoys, but you can enjoy it but not love it.
Right.
Like, you can appreciate it. And I think that's the one thing that, you know, even for myself, I try to bring more that I can appreciate this because I can put my feet in your shoes.
Right.
And tell you why you can enjoy it. Doesn't mean I have to I have to like it, because I think that's what art is all about. Like, if you're an artist, or I'm sorry, a person selling art, you aren't going to enjoy every single piece of art sitting up on the shelves.
No.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
you can appreciate it, and you can tell, like, that person who comes in and be like, I really like this. If you didn't appreciate it, you wouldn't be able to sell it.
Sure.
If that makes sense. And then I'm not saying that we're salesmen. It's that we can appreciate things and put things into perspective in a different way.
Right.
So,
yeah, I mean, it's like, for me, I make no bones about the fact I'm not a big fragrance guy. It's not my thing, right? But I smelled enough to know, like, okay, when I smell one that's exceptionally good, I'll say, like, yeah, this one seems really good. It's not necessarily something I will wear. I'm not really into it, but you get enough of a base to know when something's better than something else, or something along those lines.
oh God, I love RXL 209. He says, easy spot
Hey,
chills. They either
hey,
have
man,
Raja Apex or Happy Land
I
fragrances.
think he just hit us all here. He just attacked everybody here.
You know, and I said this before. Look, I love this guy. He's the troll I want on my side.
Yeah, he's funny.
But you know, also RXL, have some cojones. You want to come on? You want to talk?
Oh,
Let's
he'll
talk.
come on. He's been on things
Totally.
with
Really?
that.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna invite him on for a little bit. I can't stay on too long. You know, I've got a life. I got a wife.
Do
She's
you?
right here. Yeah, right here. Hey,
You're in big trouble.
Yeah.
nice to meet
I
you
know
guys.
how it works.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
Mrs. Lindsay. It's
You
great to
guys
meet
have a
you.
romantic evening planned?
Yeah,
is what
dude.
You're
Fuck you, Joe.
I already
Here you
had my
go, RXL.
We watched Moon Knight before I came on here.
I did too. How do you feel about it? No, wait. Stop.
Right.
Stop.
All right.
Thursday begins another chapter in the Halo series. Anybody else? Anybody else?
I watched the first episode.
And
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it
I
more.
thought
Okay.
it was fucking great.
So here's what's weird. I'm not a big Halo guy. In fact,
All right, get the
who was
fuck
it?
out.
Remington Brito earlier. I got a massive plane going over. If you can hear that, sorry. Remington Brito earlier believed I was a gamer, and I don't know why. I'm not a gamer. I like classic arcade games. I think he cut the green screen, but I was never a big Halo guy. It was never my thing.
Dude.
So I went into it and I was like, let's give it a shot. And I walked away and I was like, you know what? That was pretty fucking cool. That was pretty good. So
Dude.
I like.
Yeah, I think they did a great job with. It's very hard for me to really like a new series as much as I've enjoyed. I've already watched it 3 times. The first episode.
Were you a big gamer? Big fan of the game?
I will take on any single person in this live watching this in the future. I don't care. I'll whoop your ass at Halo.
The girlfriend. Okay, the girlfriend's son used to do MLG with Halo, Major League Gaming, and
yeah, me too.
He was here. I have an Xbox Series S. My daughter bought me for Christmas. Even again, I know this sounds funny, but I'm not a gamer. But my girlfriend's she's down there all the time. And Halo Infinite, he basically camped here for 2 weeks so he could play Halo Infinite. And he used my gaming account, so it looks like I'm a badass Halo player, but I would be killed in like 2 seconds.
Dude,
you know.
I love this Boogie Day. Take him to Blood Gulch. Oh, I would. And then if this was Halo 2, I'd still use the sword to rocket combo where I could swipe across the screen, headshot right away. Yeah, use it all.
How badass was the sword when they were killing people? It was so gruesome. The violence was insane.
It was so gruesome.
Yeah.
What is it on?
So well. It's on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Gotcha.
Yeah, and totally worth it. I think they nailed it, and it's really interesting because shows when they first come on, they don't get automatically like put into a second season. First day this came out, automatically season 2.
You can see the money in that show too.
I mean, my God, they are pumping money because they couldn't do it without it. There's no way. No way. If they brought the flood, when the
flood, the flood's coming, and that is going to be horror. Like that's going to be horror episodes right there.
Oh my God, dude! And I like that they took Master Chief's hat off, his helmet off, because he never did in the game, not once.
Yeah, we as soon as he when he drops in the very beginning, me and the girlfriend were watching it, and I was like, "Do you think he takes his helmet off?" And she was like, "No, he never takes his helmet off." And I was like, "He kind of has to, though. It's a show, Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's see here. All right. Well, Chris, do you have any other clones you'd like to throw in here?
Same as like the last one, not really clone, but heavily inspired by. It's no stranger, and it's Mercedes-Benz Cologne, which smells to me like Fahrenheit. And the Intense as well. But yeah, it's basically the $40 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I mean, Mercedes has done a really good job. I think that, the entire Mercedes-Benz line, except Club Black, is, well, actually, you know what? I bet you Club Black was trying to be inspired by of Les Parfums.
You talk about the vanilla one, that black, like, joystick one?
Yep.
Because if you think about it, they're all trying to like really inspire by. You got Dior Cologne, you've got Fahrenheit,
And then the Intense is like just a stronger Fahrenheit
yeah.
version.
But I mean, yeah.
Did either
But
of you try that Fahrenheit parfum, the new one?
I have it.
yeah, I've got it.
Is it good?
Oh yeah,
It's
leather, a lot more leather and vanilla.
more like kind of leaning gourmand-ish, but not.
Yeah.
And it's the DNA is toned down a ton. It's it's almost not the same fragrance, but it is a touch of it still there.
Yeah, it's a lot different than the
I'm
the
still a
OG.
bigger fan of the original and the Absolute, but that's just me. But I'm a classic vintage fan anyway, so the Parfum though is a killer. Ladies love it.
I'll end things off here with this: a Barouge Perlador.
That's that Carlisle twist.
It is, and you know what? I'm gonna put it out there. Every single review, every single person I've heard say, "Oh, this is Carlisle. This is so much. This is Carlisle on paper, on skin, completely different in the first like couple hours. Great fragrance still, but very different. This is very more herbal and green. But here's the thing: like I've watched a lot of other reviewers do this, and they all spray it on paper. Here's the thing: on paper, this smells exactly like Carlisle. On skin, this does not smell like Carlisle until the dry down. In the dry down, this is the closest to any Carlisle ever smelled in the dry down of a fragrance, like 1000%. But it takes about 2 hours to get there.
That's a long time.
But it's still Carlisle in the dry down.
All right.
But more basil and sage up top. And Carlisle is very fruity, like apple, vanilla kind of. And I can see some noses being like, okay, I can kind of get that. But to me, it's very green. It's very herbal, green, has that nice sweetness up top. But still, it's a very close Carlisle clone. But it's not as close as everybody's talking about. Like, even, I think the closest reviewer I would say is Ash over at Gensens. But still, he talks about this being like fruity and like super close to. It's not that close to Carlisle.
I mean, the few I saw, they were like, "Oh my god, it's like a 1-to-1." Even Cuba,
no,
he was
it's
like,
not. "Oh, it's not.
It's a ball spray. It's so close." And he, and then when I spoke with you, you were like, "Nah, dude, I don't know
it's
where
not
it came from." And I'm not waiting 2 hours for Carlisle to show up.
I mean, look, dude, if you spray it on paper, it's Carlisle, straight up.
That's awesome.
And I'll say that, like, it is straight up. You spray it on paper, Carlisle. It's fruity. It's got that, like vanilla sweetness, a little bit of spiciness. It goes into that, very woody, like heart. This spread on skin smells like herbs and spices.
It's not pleasant herbs and spices.
No, it's a great fragrance. No, this is a great fragrance. I think this is an awesome fragrance. It's not a Carlisle clone. It's inspired by. It's not Carlisle.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Carlisle.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people out there are like, oh, it's Carlisle. It's it's not. Like, spread on skin, and I think it's really good for people out there who are looking for Carlisle, because Carlisle is probably one of the most expensive parfums in Marley's.
I think so, yeah.
And actually, it is. It's in there like, I don't know, whatever batch, whatever line they're doing. But I mean, it's really good. It's a great fragrance all around, but it's not 100% Carlisle at all. At all. Like, if I had bought Carlisle and bought this and been like, oh, I can wear this instead of Carlisle, I'd be disappointed in this.
Yes.
Just because it's not 100% Carlisle. But knowing that, it's still a really good fragrance. I just would hate to go into it and me saying, hey, this smells just like Carlisle. But it doesn't.
It
It's still
doesn't
a great
have
fragrance. It's just not Carlisle.
have anything on Alhambra, Hercules, Herod.
Yeah.
15
guy.
bucks.
This guy.
15 bucks.
Take that, parfums
Yeah,
de Marley.
Yeah, this was 55, 65 bucks.
Yeah, they just took me off their PR list. I wasn't on it, but I wasn't on it. But
I don't really care about getting taken off PR lists because I'm still gonna buy fragrances.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. I threw this in my
dude, what is it? What is it?
No apologies, Alexandria. It's the lift of Nasamato Pardon. I watched Aaron with Chris. He was making Aaron rate the original versus the clone blind, right? Aaron chose this over Pardon.
wow.
Said that it smelled more sophisticated and more well blended.
I can see that.
I love this thing.
I can see that.
So I highly, highly recommend
You
this.
know their version, what is it? Dark Knight, their Black Phantom, Alexandria, is dynamite.
Oh, is it?
I'm a huge fan of Phantom, and their Dark Knight, so good.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, I believe it's
I think we need to get our heads out of our asses and quit talking shit about people who enjoy clone fragrances. I'm not saying any of us do that. I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Seriously, like, we're all different. We all can like different things. Like, some of us like Louboutins. Some of us like, I don't know what
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't know. But I mean, to each their own. Like, life is subjective, just like fragrances are, and it's just fragrance.
Yeah, I mean, when you go to Manhattan, they have. I thought I got Fahrenheit back in the day, really, really cheap. And when I opened the box, it said Fahrenheit on the box. When I opened it out, pulled the bottle out, it was in the shape of a Dior bottle, but it said Celsius on it.
Celsius.
So, somewhat like Fahrenheit, and had a 15-minute longevity. So I kind of that wasn't a good clone. I got $30 taken away from me on Canal Street.
Last T-shirt I bought in New York City said "Fuck milk, got pot," and I'm looking for that shirt again next time I'm up there, which is gonna be like a month.
Was it in the got milk font?
Yes, it said, because we asked our friend Hannah, we're like, she's like, what do you want from New York? We're like, well, don't get us anything that says, I love, like, I heart New York. So she comes back with T-shirts that says, fuck milk, got pot.
All right. Well, give that Instagram me an address and your size. I'll send it to you.
Oh,
I have a machine. So like this, the Empire Rock Club in Philadelphia. I print so I have it. I'll send it to you. I'll make you a shirt.
Well, no, I actually have some quotes that I would really like printed on T-shirts that I could. We'll talk so I can. We'll make some business out of it. We'll make business happen.
All right,
we do a business.
Like how I love to say, take the thinking out of stinking. I want that on
I would
t-shirt.
love whiffs and sniffs T-shirts.
I know, right?
You're stankin' beautiful.
I know, so many great slogans here at My2Scents.
Yeah.
I want one that says my 2 cents over your 2 cents.
Oh my god.
No? Okay. Maybe I'm the only one. All right, whatever. All right. Listen, so I'm gonna get off here, guys, because I gotta go to bed. Well, thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much to the Fragrance family. I appreciate you guys. Much love. Dude, I gotta say, we're at like 3,600 subscribers.
Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm back at almost 50, guys.
I know, and hopefully, and guys, do me a favor. First of all, now I've got to leave the dry down lowdown in the description.
Yes, you do.
Which means I got to do more work. You owe me, Joe. I'm just fucking with you.
All right.
He also has some of the coolest edited videos I've seen.
He does. We got Chris over at the Fox Accord. Do me, guys, a favor. He's no longer the Fox Accord. He is the Fragtastic Mr. Fox. It's a mouthful. I know, right?
Fox Accord, I miss it, but it is.
I know. Go show him some love. Give him a sub, guys. And definitely go check out the Dry Down Lowdown, who has way better editing skills than this guy. But I still love him. I love him. Look at that sexy beast. Look at him down there.
Yeah. And he's got a good voice.
He's got the voice of a freaking angel.
I don't know if an angel sounds like yeah.
Well, I mean a psychotic angel. Anyways,
like the
thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Remember, you are always stinking beautiful. Until next time, happy scent trails.
Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
Later.
All right, man. Appreciate it.